Summertime's coming. That means you want to fire up that old grill. But before you do, you better beware of this barbecue danger. And that could mean something you probably used to clean that grill. Take a look.
Grill fire. Time to get that grill fired up and start flipping those burgers. But make sure you're not garnishing your food with something that could be very dangerous. We're talking about these wire grill brushes. What can go wrong with these?
Everybody leaves these outside. And this is basically untreated metal. They rust and these bristles fall out.
Those sharp bristles can end up in your food. Here's one stuck to a grill.
I feel like a really bad pinch on my throat.
This Seattle woman ended up swallowing a bristle.
My pain was just horrible.
This is the x-ray showing the bristle lodged in her throat. She had surgery to remove it. The internet is loaded with doctors and regular folks warning against wire brushes.
Do not use a wire bristle to clean your grill.
Chef Shane McBride, co-owner of the restaurant Pig Beach, shared some cleaning options other than wire brushes.
You literally just put a fork into an onion and just rub it right on.
An onion to the rescue. And there's another surprise grill cleaner, a lemon.
Lemon's got a little acid in there, so you're going to get a little sanitation action while you're doing it.
There's also the tried and true dish towel. Just put some oil on it.
Hold it tight and just right on the grill.
Right on there.
Is it okay if there's still a little bit left on there?
Yeah, sure. Anything on there is going to continue to cook and just burn off.
And look at that.
A safely cleaned grill followed by a scrumptious burger.
That is a good burger.
So enjoy the weekend.
Cheers.
Good tips. Those are some very, very good tips to start off with. And if you have a cast iron grill and you're trying to get all that stuff off of there, if you want more grill safety tips, we got you covered. Take a look at this.
Looking ahead, it is Memorial Day weekend, and whether you are having a picnic or a barbecue at home, we want to make sure that you are prepared.
Yeah, let's go out to our reporter, Maria DeVille, live with Guilford Technical Community College chef instructor, Al Romano. So, Maria, what kind of tips is he cooking up for us?
Yeah, if you caught us in the last hour, Chef Al was giving us some prep tips before you put the food on the grill, but now the food is on the grill, so he's going to share some important food safety tips with us.
All right. So first thing is cooking food to the right temperature. You want to cook chicken to 165, minimum internal temperature. So if you don't know that, you could cut it open and see if it's cooked or not, as long as you see no red. But the best way to do it is with the thermometer, and that's a surefire way. Vegetables, 135 degrees, you cook vegetables too. But notice I keep everything separate. You don't want to cross-contaminate raw when I put it on too. So I use separate tongs for chicken, separate tongs for the veggies. I got corn on the cob going on there. So whatever I do, so I want to use my raw stuff separate from my cooked stuff. So when I take it out, all that. You want to always keep your stuff once it's cooked, right? Once it's cooked, you want to hold. You can hold it for 4 hours. That's it. After that, no more. So don't leave it out too long.
And what is the food danger zone you were talking about with the temperature?
Okay, danger zone, it's 41 degrees to 135. So that's where bacteria grows the best. Ideally, like around room temperature, 70 degrees, that's where it's going to grow. So that's where you have your 4-hour window for cooked food. So after it's cooked, you can keep it out really 4 hours. You know, I wouldn't keep it out 4 hours, but that's what you're allowed to do. You know?
And even, cold food should not be left out.
Correct. So really, you got 6 hours cold food. That's if it comes out of the refrigerator at 41 degrees, but as long as it doesn't go above 70. So it could take an hour, or it could take 6 hours. So depending on how warm it is, and again, you don't want to play with that.
Yeah, because a lot of, you can get sick easily if,
Right.
Food is sitting out and everything. So it's important to know all of this.
Right, and that's the whole thing. People, kind of get they think it's cooked, or they think it's okay. When in doubt, throw it out. Don't take a chance with this, because you can get sick or actually even die from it, believe it or not.
Well, thank you, Chef Al, for joining us this morning. Is there anything else you want to add or say before we go?
Yeah, just just be safe. Just be really safe. Don't burn your house down. You know, the fire department works a lot on these holiday weekends, so go easy on them. Again, yeah, have fun. Have fun doing it. Don't stress out.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Well, thank you, Chef Al, and hope everybody has a safe Memorial Day weekend. Back to you guys.
Our thanks to Maria and Chef Al for cooking things up early for us here on a Friday. And a reminder for everyone at home, you can hear more from Chef Al in our previous segments with him, all of his recipes and tutorials right now on triadcw.com.
Great safety tips. Next time you want to fire up that old grill, you need to make sure it's clean and sanitary. You want to grill indoors? Get yourself one of those cast iron griddle pans. But if you're grilling with gas or charcoal, make sure it's clean. Find a good brush. And even then, you'll spend Memorial Day grilling up some steaks, some ribs, even grilled brisket. I'm actually hungry thinking about it. My boss makes a really good brisket. Damn good. All right, we're getting off topic here. Let's move on here. When we continue, a story in Santa Ana that even made me outrageous. And believe me, there was a teacher here during this. My old teachers were here, and they watched this segment. Oh boy! Wait till you see the video, and wait till you see what the attorney had to say. Stay with us. You've just heard it. If you saw that video and you were outraged in Santa Ana, you may feel my frustration after seeing this next story. It's a story about a teacher who was mocking students, and now parents are outraged. And now parents are outraged about the whole situation. How could this have been dealt with? What was going on? And why? And what do people in the community have to say? It's just very disturbing to watch. Very, very disturbing. Take a look.
Disturbing footage inside Santa Ana's Carver Elementary School. The teacher of this mixed 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade class for severe autism, tapping scissors on a desk as she confronts a student.
The problem is that the school district was well aware for many, many years that this teacher had been verbally abusing, neglecting the special needs children of the community.
Attorney Elon Zexer says threats of legal action several years ago led Santa Ana Unified to relocate the teacher to Carver. He now represents 6 families with children in her current class. One of the students accidentally recording a half a day's worth of iPad footage that has now led to an investigation.
One of the mothers who was suspicious about what was happening in the classroom reviewed the videotape and then shared it in the close-knit community.
Angelica Garola's 9-year-old son, who is nonverbal, seen here in this shocking clip.
Me rompió profundamente el corazón como madre. Al recordarlo me duele, me seguirá doliendo.
Garola fighting back tears. As a mother, it deeply broke my heart. It hurts when I remember it. It will continue to hurt, she says.
To me, it's not mimicking. To me, it's bullying.
The teacher, Garola says, contributing to verbal regression and troubling changes in her son's behavior.
Se despertaba en medio de la noche llorando y mencionaba teacher, teacher.
He would wake up crying in the middle of the night, saying teacher, teacher, she recalls. Tonight, the Santa Ana Unified School District releasing a statement responding to the claim, saying in part, the safety and well-being of our students are our highest priorities. We have initiated a thorough and comprehensive investigation into the incident and will take all necessary actions based on our findings. Gorola now calling for the teacher and the school's principal to be removed. And the attorney says if action isn't taken, they will move forward with filing a lawsuit. The children currently have a substitute teacher.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We're gonna raise some common sense here. That's you're bullying. You are a bully teacher. You know that? And you, principal, after transferring her, you were aware of this. Why all of a sudden and then like, look at you go. Yeah. Because of your behavior, we're gonna have to transfer you to this school district. So here you go, pass this note on to the principal and tell I sent you. And you take the note over to the principal and say, yeah, go on ahead. Different school, same school, same district, different school. It's just not that simple here. I mean, look at all of these comments. This was in Santa Ana. Look at all this. There should be cameras in a classroom where special needs are. And mind you, I watched this story yesterday, and let me tell you, it is outrageous to hear stuff like this. Putting a camera in a classroom. As a disabled person with an autistic child, I fully agree with this. I put my privacy or my kid's privacy second to safety and protecting him from further abuse. This is heartbreaking. Exactly. Have to change the law first. It's illegal to have recording devices in classrooms. As network administrator for Public School District California, I would have to be able to put cameras in every classroom. But we can't by law. The cost is also pretty insane. Well then change the law. Create a petition out there. You're going to stand out. You're watching this? You better be watching this. Get your local government. Write out a petition. Create a petition that would say in part, we petition that the governor of California allow classrooms to have cameras in because of all these bully teachers. If it were to get approved, then, I mean, the state representatives would sit there and say, shake their heads and go, well, that's a great idea, but what about the children's safety? That's another issue. The problem is, nobody's protecting these kids. Even if they have one, they're going to erase it or say, oh, well, you leave 24 hours later. Yeah, we have to make sure it gets set up in a lot of places. The government requires that school districts meet district hiring quotas. She doesn't need to be around kids at all. Quit protecting the teacher. Show her face so everyone can see what the evil she looks like. Waving a scissors was done for me. Threatening behavior. She's a disgrace to her teaching profession. You need to fire her or ban her from teaching ever again. Stop relocating. File charges against her. Yes, that's what happens. I mean, this is not in New York City to where you get transferred to a different school. This is not the dance of the lemons. This is real. But the attorney in this is saying, you know what? You need to do something about this, or we're going to move forward with the lawsuit. And if this was tied before the court, they would have simply begged their knees, going, no, me. And be like, no, please. We don't want to keep getting in with lawsuits. We'll do anything. Please, let's settle this out of court. We want to settle. We don't want to keep getting in lawsuits. We want to move on. It's like in that Denny's lawsuit. Remember the Denny's racial lawsuit back in '93? That was to where black officers kept being served seconds and thirds while the white officers didn't get served. So in this case, lots of lawsuits have been filed at Denny's. And at that time, they sit there and say, hey, we want to put this behind us. We don't want to keep getting him in lawsuits. We want to move on. Jim Addison, former CEO of Burger King, Jim Addison, stepped in and said, hey, this train is going one way. We're going to treat you everything. If you don't like where the train's going, get off. If you discriminate, I'm going to fire you. Who's the other teacher standing there? That person should have stopped this. It's called a bystander for a reason. That's the reason why they call it a bystander. And a lot of times it's just simple as, you know what? I'm not going to do anything but just sit there and watch. Somebody should have stepped in, intervened, and said, hey, that's enough. Something had to be done. God forbid, if I was there, I would have done something about it. But more has to be done. Again, if there's any more developments in the story, we'll let you know. Alright.
And no transparency.
Alright. Coming up next, this principal is refusing to sign district resignation agreements for staff members. The parents say they were against the district school giving ultimatums, resign or be fired. So what does more need to be? So what's going on in the Houston School District? Stay with us. We're not taking you to Houston. Transparency, bonds, all those statements. Can you imagine as a principal refusing to sign district resignation agreements? Could you ever imagine that? If that were to happen, everyone in the community would want to rally up and protest saying, hey, we want to resign or be fired. Exactly what happened at a school board meeting. And as you're about to hear from people in the community, they're pretty outraged. Take a look.
Rounds of applause could be heard loud and clear throughout Thursday night's HISD board meeting, but they were for the speakers. No one clapping for the board, which makes decisions for the state's largest school district.
Read the air, Mike Miles. There's no I love yous in this room.
Strong frustrations verbalized by students.
Stop firing principals and teachers that have done nothing wrong.
And staff members with deep roots in HISD, like Amanda Wingard, who's the current principal at Neff Elementary.
Well, I was a student there from 2nd through 5th grade.
After graduating college, Wingard says she came back and became a teacher at Neff, then became an instructional specialist, assistant principal, and now the principal, a position she's held for 10 years.
It's the end of the road.
As part of the looming budget, Wingard is on a list of staff members on the chopping block, asked to resign or be terminated. Many, according to an HISD spokesperson, considered to be underperforming. Neff Early Learning Center librarian Cheryl Hensley is another one being forced out.
I will not have a position next year.
She and others say despite being qualified with necessary degrees and metrics showing success and progress.
I have a master's degree in multicultural urban special education, and tonight you all will vote to terminate my employment.
The board didn't seem to budge.
That was Devin Clark reporting. Of course, we will stay on top of this and bring you much more as things develop.
Somebody should have raised the comment section. Let's look at the comment section for this video. I know a lot of people like sitting there judging about what was going on in that school district. The board does not give a damn. This district is a mess. Wait, is the guy sending money from HISD to Colorado still around and presiding at these meetings? Miles is a criminal, and some on the board must be accomplices with the transfer of money out of state. ... They want something while doing nothing for decades. Looks like most districts are a serious problem. These people retire and become HOA staff. When I was laid off, why couldn't I refuse to be let go? I have a master's degree in multicultural education. Urban. No one cares degree. Give kids calculus. Literature and civics. Nobody cares about degrees. I mean, all they want is just to see them go bye-bye. This one's really good. This was 6 hours ago. If the principal all fail to satisfy the performance requirements set by the state, consider offering opportunity for improvement. Each principal must submit an executable improvement plan. HISD board then must review these plans with comments. In the finalized plan, both sides must agree and sign. If the principal fails to deliver the set result, he or she can be fired immediately. The biggest challenge is if the student's performance can save the principal's job by passing growth exams. There's a good point. If that were not to, if that didn't happen, then the principal could be fired and the school district didn't do anything about it, then they could be fired as well. And like it said, nothing was done. The board just basically does not care. You know, when we're dealing with school board stories, we don't just do education stories. It is these educational stories. They don't focus in on just the school. They focus in on also the administration and the school board. And there were a lot of protests. These protests continue on and on and on.
So Laura Johnson tells me that.
And really, I'm just really outrageous about people not stepping up doing their job. You have to step up to the plate and get your job done and get everything together here. And if you don't get everything together here, then all of a sudden you can become the bullies. All right, moving on to Texas right now. Let's take you down to Alabama. In Alabama, there was a video. This was caught on camera. This mother was sent a video by the surveillance video you're about to see is of this person like running. This mother files a complaint alleging Alabama teachers laughed at daughter with special needs. But was it just more of a laugh? Or something else? You be the judge as you watch this video. Here's Sherry Falk.
Every day I worry. On February 7th, 2023, Emma Grace, a first grader at Vestavia Hills Elementary, Dolly Bridge, became dysregulated and ran out of her classroom towards the school exit. Later that afternoon, Principal Ty Arundel shared the surveillance video. At least 2 teachers recorded it on their cell phones.
Whoa, the handful. You got her by the hair. Real good.
Is this her school?
This is right outside our class.
She was could not control her body, and that's actually, it's part of her it's a behavior that is from her disability.
Her disability, a result of trauma from before the Johnsons adopted her. It also causes her to elope or run away when in distress.
It is documented in all of her school papers, and everyone in the school is pretty well aware of it.
Including Annie Culverhouse, Emma Grace's former special education teacher who didn't want to show her face on camera. She wasn't at school on this day due to off-site professional development training. Do you know why that happened? Why she ran out of the classroom?
I'm not sure what triggered her that day. Honestly, I don't remember. She does struggle a lot when I'm not there, and so I think that had a little bit to do with it.
Culverhouse, who no longer works for the district, partly because of the stressful incident, says she learned about the video from the principal the day after it happened.
And then when I went to carpool that morning, our principal was there, and he mentioned that he showed this video of Emma Grace at the lead teacher meeting the afternoon before, and he was kind of laughing as he told me, and I was like in such shock that I didn't say anything to him in that moment.
But soon after, she reported it to the special education director anonymously for fear of retaliation. A week later, Emma Grace eloped again and got outside this time. So Johnson set up a meeting with the principal to discuss the lack of one-on-one support for her daughter.
At the end of that meeting, he made a joke. He made a reference to the video and he made a joke about it. It's not funny. She's not doing it as a joke. She's in distress.
She didn't know about the video yet and wouldn't find out for another month or so until another parent told her. That's when the Johnsons requested a meeting with the superintendent.
She didn't do anything wrong. She's just a child with special needs. She's a child with a disability. The adults should not laugh at that disability. They're the ones that should have consequences for their actions.
Instead, they met with the assistant superintendent and other officials. Johnson recorded audio of it and shared it with WVTM 13. In it, they admit the video was used inappropriately and texted to at least one teacher. They also said the district hired an outside investigator to look into the matter.
Will he have us here today to hear your concerns, to, just all of us share our apology, his apology, and we are investigating. It is our priority.
The person who's in charge of the school is making fun of a special needs child, and how am I then supposed to expect the other kids and the teachers to not look at her and laugh when the principal is looking at her and laughing?
Johnson was soon notified there were no violations.
If I know about this, and the superintendent's administration knows that I know about this, but they've still continued to cover it up and act like it's never happened, what else is being covered up that parents don't know about?
More than a year later, and Johnson says the district's lack of action and silence is deafening, but she's not giving up hope. She's filed a federal complaint with the Department of Education regarding her daughter's civil rights and right to privacy. I reached out to the school district and requested to speak with the superintendent, the principal, each official the Johnsons met with during their meeting, and the lawyer hired to investigate the incident. My request was denied. They did release a statement which says, in part, the Vestavia Hills Board of Education and its employees cannot comment on allegations regarding specific employees or specific students. When a parent or student has had a bad experience in our schools, our administrators, teachers, and staff do everything they can to evaluate what happened and take steps to remedy any problem identified. We are aware that our limitations on what we can say will leave good faith questions from residents and parents unanswered in the manner that they would prefer. That said, we must prioritize the confidentiality and welfare of all students and staff in accordance with district policies and regulations. So still no answers from the district, but the Johnson family is not giving up on hope of getting a remedy for this.
And that's got to be frustrating for the Johnson family and for all families who have special needs children.
Absolutely.
Oh, you think you think this is funny? I'm not. Let me tell you something. I'm not laughing. I'm special needs. You want to laugh at me? Laugh at my face. You think I'm funny? It's not funny. See, I don't take special needs students as a joke. I don't take it as a joke. You want to sit there and laugh and make fun, and I'm saying don't. All you're doing is adding gasoline. You're throwing gasoline on the fire. And this is all you're doing. You're covering it up because you don't want to, because you act like it won't happen. It doesn't ever happen. I mean, you all need some common sense. And there's no comments for common sense. For crying out loud here. If you are going to have a special education program for all special needs, you need to make sure it doesn't happen. I mean,
reference to the video and
one-on-one support for her daughter.
At the end of that meeting, he made a joke. He made a reference to the video and he made a joke about it. It's not funny. She's not doing it as a joke. She's in distress.
I agree. And she wants to sit there and laugh and go, it's not funny. I think that everybody in that school district needs to be fired or retrained or suspended. No, not even suspension. I want them fired. I want them either fired or retrained. If those things are not done, you know what can happen? The next person will watch that video, and they're going to do the same crap. Unless someone steps up and says, hey, enough is enough. But I'm glad someone went in there with an audio taped the meeting.
She didn't do anything wrong. She's just a child with special needs. She's a child with a disability. The adults should not laugh at that disability. They're the ones that should have consequences for their actions.
Instead, they met with the assistant superintendent and other officials. Johnson recorded audio of it and texted to look into
just all of us share our apology, his apology, and we are investigating, and it is our priority.
The person who's in charge of the school is making fun of a special needs child, and how am I then supposed to expect the other kids and the teachers to not look at her and laugh when the principal is looking at her and laughing?
Johnson was soon notified there were no violations.
No violations?
I know about this, and the superintendent's administration knows that I know about this, but they've still continued to cover it up and act like it's never happened. What else is being covered up that parents don't know about?
It's ridiculous. She's right. You explain the issue, and then you just cover up like it never happened. When the parents know. And all you want to do is let's just cover it up, sweep it under the rug, and it'll never happen. Let's just keep this quiet. This is something not to be swept under the carpet. You don't this is something not to be swept under the rug here. You sweep stuff like this under the rug, then people will want to come back and eat. Then people want to come back and tell you. The parents want to go complain to the school board, and yet you as the administration people need to sit there and say, hey, we made a big mistake here. Is something like that happened here in the Bluff and nobody did a damn thing? I had to step in and help out and say, hey, y'all need to start doing better. Do better. You can't do better, you need to resign. You're going to sit there and laugh at a special needs child, y'all need to resign as well. Y'all need to quit or be retrained. If you have parents, if you guys are in the administration, if you all have kids who are special needs, then you made a terrible mistake. If you don't, you might know what it's like. I tell you, we have a great special education program here in Flower Bluff, and they don't laugh at the kids because of disabilities. Autism is not a joke. I mean, I have special needs. I'm a special needs person. I have autism. You want to laugh at me? It's not funny. Take it very seriously. And yet you want to come up here and sit there and laugh like it's no big deal? This is a very big deal. I'm glad because really, there needs to be change in leadership after learning her daughter was made fun of. You are bullies. You folks in Vesta Hills, Alabama, y'all are bullies. Y'all are bullying this child. And you guys are just not doing a damn thing to help out this mother. But just sitting there covering up, it's no big deal, and sucking your thumbs and just sweeping under the rug. It's like it doesn't exist. We don't care. We don't want to know about it. We don't care. We need some retraining. We need a lot of help. And if this doesn't get done, it's going to get out of control. Other states want to do the same thing. But nothing else was done. And I'll start to tell you that in all of the 7 years, we never dealt with an issue to where adults make fun of a special needs student. And I will start to tell you. Because if nothing were to be done, we wouldn't even be here. But there's a lot of common sense that needs to be raised with the Alabama School District. And I'll start to tell you. If nothing was done, I wouldn't be here. This is an issue that's just being dealt with, and everyone's all like saying, well, we don't care. We don't care about it. We'll just cover it up pretending it exists. This does exist. Somebody can easily look at this and then just simply not care. When you don't care, you don't care. You act like it's no big deal. When clearly, it is a big deal. And if you're thinking more needs to be done, then wait till you see. And if y'all think things can be done, a lot of things got to be done. And if we don't start doing something about it, I'm afraid it's going to take it to another level.
It only takes.
Like, I'm afraid it's something does not. I'm going to say, I can't speak today. But if I were to tell you this, if something's not done today, it has to be done. Then it has to be done a lot of times. And I'm going to tell you, last day of school's coming up. It's already last day of school in Flower Bluff. That means y'all got till August to get your priorities straight. Get it together and start saying, hey, you know, we need to do better. We got to do something about this. Discuss this at your next board meeting, and maybe then you'll say, hey, you know what, that's a great idea. We should stop doing this. We need to stop covering up. We're not going back to the dark days of public education. We're here. We're in a here and now. If nothing's done then, it needs to get done now. You've crossed the line. And I'm going to start to tell you, if you cross that line, you can never go back. You don't want to cross the line, you cannot uncross. Because once you cross that line, there is no going back. Don't ever cross that line ever again. Otherwise, you won't be able to go. Once you cross the line, there's no turning back. Be more understandable about it. Coming up, we're going to take you to Las Vegas where more bullying is happening. And for the very first time, we're going to hear a teacher in Las Vegas who weighs in on the bullying. Along with some parents who say
Like the school had it.
there has been more bullying going on. Don't go away. Listen, we all go to school. We want our kids to go to school. We want our kids to come back safe. Unbruised, unharmed. Unbruised and unharmed. We want them making good friends. But when somebody tries the idea of a school, when the school district tries to say, we're not going to do anything to help them, they've really crossed the line. In Nevada, in Las Vegas, Nevada, that's what happened. The parents you're about to meet say there have been constant repeats of bullying. And it led to the daughter's suicide. Here's Joshua Prego. Here's Joshua Pagero.
It's just one incident that happened and
failed to protect her.
This wasn't just one incident that happened and, you know, she decided to take her life. This was just months and months and months of bullying that built up. And finally, she just couldn't take it no more.
Flora Martinez died by suicide last Tuesday, May 7th. Her parents, Joshua Parker and Alice Martinez, say no matter how much they intervened, it wouldn't stop.
Look how hard it was on my daughter.
My daughter was literally bullied to death.
Flora's mom says problems started right away at the beginning of the school year. She was having run-ins with some classmates. Martinez says her daughter reported it to the assistant principal. Martinez even got involved, reporting the problems her daughter was having. She even submitted paperwork for a transfer out of Keller, but according to this letter, CCSD denied that request on October 6th of last year.
At that point, I already had her out of school for 2 weeks because of all the incidents, just that short of a time into the school year.
Once Flora went back to school, her parents say the bullying intensified. She claims other students were now starting fights with her.
Will you agree that school failed your daughter?
Absolutely.
Yes.
12-year-old Rico attended Keller with Flora.
Flora, she was like so nice to everybody.
He says he witnessed some of the bullying.
I'm so sad because like I feel like it's my fault because I feel like I really should have did something. I should have pushed everybody out the way, got to her.
I did reach out to the school district about these allegations, but they have yet to respond. It's important to note in most cases, student records are protected under law, so we may not know the full scope of the problems Flora had at school. Heather?
That's hard to imagine, Joshua. Thank you. And once again, just a reminder, if you or someone you love is struggling, please call that Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. That number is 988.
Nothing was being done about it. Look at all these comments. There's probably more comments section. America. This one. America. Europe home. The fact that children are committing suicide because of bullying is absolutely terrifying, and says a lot about the adults in this godforsaken country. Also, last week, a child in the 4th grade committed suicide for the same blanking reason. You can't even keep your kids safe. You are wholly incapable of protecting your own child, your own children. It's shocking and shameful. If they are not getting shot in school, they're being bullied, and nobody seems to give a blank. No one seems to give a blank. How does a 4th grader even know what suicide is, much less how to do it? The parents that raise all these horrific little monsters that push these children to commit suicide should also be held accountable for murder. The parents and the schools have blood in their hands, and they should absolutely pay for the damage they have created. It's disgusting. My sincere condolences to this broken family. I wouldn't allow my daughter to go back to that school. The fact that little boy Rico has been more and worse than the entire staff school district is sickening. That school and its corrupt, spineless Clark County School District is a disgrace. This needs to become a federal issue. All children who are being bullied should have the option to homeschool and or transfer. I hope the parents are able to sue the school district for forcing their daughter to remain in a toxic environment. That's how it was. Dear school district, I would like my daughter to be transferred to a different school because she's being bullied. Is that a letter in? Okay, next letter in. Dear parent, your transfer is denied. Here you go. We want your daughter to talk about it. And it's like, what the fuck? Whoever thought about the idea of not transferring your child because you're being bullied is fucking bullshit. Whoever came up with the idea of not transferring students because they're being picked on is fucking bullshit. Whoever came up with that idea, you guys are assholes for creating that idea. You're thinking to yourself, oh, this child is being bullied. We're not going to help her out. We're going to have her stick in that toxic environment. We don't care. And you want to sit there and lie to phrases and say, no. We care about all of our kids. You got evidence to back up that you reported all the bullying. You disciplined that bullying? Show it to us. If you show it to us, then we'll have the proof. Public school system across the country sucks. What's wrong with these schools? They all state that no bullying is already in their schools, but it seems like they take a blind eye when it's happening. Shame on a school do nothing to prevent this tragedy. So what about the students who bullied her? Unaccountable. My daughter was going through something like this years ago. This kids need to stand up for the victims and even fight for them. Teachers and school personnel never do anything about bullying. I grew up being bullied and beat. Teachers saw it and ignored. The school prevented them from transferring their child. Sue them. They definitely had a part of their death. That's what happened. Nope, we're not going to transfer your child. Let her get beat up. That's how it happened. Why would you deny Well, I mean, everybody has a right to transfer to a different school. You took that right away. This person was being bullied. You prevented it. Yeah, I'm talking to you, you school district. Yeah, I'm talking to you, school district. You better be watching. You need to make your changes. That daughter died because of you. Hadn't you said yes, she can transfer, she might have still been alive. And yet you want to come up here and say, well, we're not going to have her daughter being transferred because I want her to get bullied. I want her to suffer. We don't like her. You don't think. You let it happen. You don't stop and think to yourself, hey, you're making a bad decision here. Everyone in these comments are saying that CCSD needs to be held accountable. Yes. Schools should put cameras in classrooms and look at the students. If they're being bullied, take the bullies out of the problems in different class, different lunch periods. I don't know. But all these little kids don't deserve to go through life that is hard enough. These type of stories are always heartbreaking. As you wonder if you did enough as parents, and if you did all you could, how much then falls on the administration? Sadly, the daughter is gone, but hopefully they can get some changes made. Every kid that bullied Flora, every kid that laughed or joked or joined in, every kid that didn't stand for her, you are all little cruel cowards. The school failed Flora. You are all the reason she is not here. This beautiful, precious girl fell worthless because of you. Let this haunt you forever. Parents, start doing your job to teach your kids to love others. Time is up, bullies. Hearts are broken around the world for Flora and 10-year-old Sammy. We will not let this happen to another child. Call police, make a report, have them handle these bullies, hold them accountable for their actions. Not one single family should allow this kind of behavior. All parents should stand by this family, try to start the Anti-Bully Foundation to support the families who are put through this kind of tragedy. I can help with that. I created the Stop Bullying Speak Up group, where you can share your stories of when you were being bullied. If you have a story to share, post in the group, and your story can be shared on this broadcast. Together, we can end bullying. Stop bullying, speak up. Alright, now we're going to meet a teacher who says the bullies have more rights than the bullied. We're going to have her story. And we're going to have her story and why she says the bullies have more rights than the bullied when we come back. Stay with us. Returning to our look of a child who committed suicide at a Las Vegas school district. With that happening, the question is, why are teachers not doing anything to stop the bullies when clearly it's only the job of the principal? We have principals, superintendents. Nothing's being done. All these people are just the bullies have more rights than the bullied. The bullied victims. The bullied victims get less rights while the bullies have more rights because they're standing strong. Don't get on climb off your high horse. And think you're better than this person? Get off your high horse. But now you're about to meet a teacher who weighs in on bullying at CCSD. Is what she's saying going to bring a change to the next school year? Or is it going to lead to her being fired? Once again, here's Joshua Prager.
Bullies have more rights than the bullied.
period, in this district.
Kelly Edgar spent 25 years at CCSD. She last taught at Tarkanian Middle School and says she's seen a shift in student behavior that began right before the pandemic.
Middle school, you care about what people think about you.
Flora Martinez was a 6th grader at Keller Middle School. Her parents say the bullying began right after she enrolled in August. They requested a transfer out of Keller, but in October of last year, administrators denied it.
Look how hard it was on my daughter. My daughter was literally bullied to death.
Flora's parents say they and her daughter would report the bullying to Keller's assistant principal, but it didn't stop. Teacher Kelly Edgar says this, unfortunately, can worsen the problem.
Sometimes these kids, okay, they reported the bullying, and now the bully came back to class a week later, and now they're really upset with you. And now what are they going to do? They're not going to do it in front of the teacher.
A student survey CCSD put out last week shows that nearly all of the district's middle schools, close to half the student body, said bullying was a problem. Out of the 61 middle schools, these 8 were the ones with the worst scores. Bailey Middle School, Canyon Junior High School, Escobedo Middle School, Harney Middle School, Johnston Middle School, Sylvester Junior High School or Middle School, and Von Tobel Middle School.
I'm not allowed to do anything as a teacher. I just have to report it.
Over the last 3 days, I've reached out to CCSD seeking comment on what happened at Keller Middle School and to discuss with them how are they dealing with bullying, but no answer as of yet. Denise?
And Joshua, just a reminder here, if you or someone you love is struggling, please contact the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. That number is 988.
Shake hands, good luck. We surveyed 100 people. The top 7 answers on the board give me the most popular answer. Name the 7 reasons why kids commit truancy. Yes, sir. Kids have to work. Let's see what's up there. Our survey says number 2, not number 1. Number 6, not number 1. Let's see if you can do better. Pregnancy. I hate to tell you, but it's probably one of the reasons why we're pregnant. Let's see if some people agree. Our survey says, yeah, this was a Family Feud question. It'd be like this. We surveyed 100 people, top 7 answers on the board. Name the reasons why kids skip school. The number 1 answer is always bullying. That's what it is. The number 1 answer is bullying. That falls at number 1. Number 2 comes into peer pressure. Number 3 comes into drugs. 4 comes into alcohol. 5 comes into pregnancy. 6 comes into kids working to help their parents pay the bills. That's the 6 reasons why kids commit truancy, and bullying landed number 1. But with 7, COVID was to blame for bullying. That was the pandemic. The pandemic was to blame for bullying. Get kudos to this teacher for speaking up. Schools always say, we do not tolerate bullying, and when someone gets bullied, they have blind eyes. Parents of the bullies are the reason for this. Kids can be so bad. They absolutely tolerate and promote it. In the elementary level, school admins often brush it off so the bully doesn't know how to communicate. As parents, it's a stressful fight. But when the district does properly address bullying, it can be life-changing for the victim and the bully alike. Adults are more scared of the bullies than the victims. The parents of the bullies are the reason for this to be sad. A 10-year-old boy recently killed himself because he was being bullied every single day, including on the bus and sending messages. When a 10-year-old child is bullied so much that he kills himself for something is definitely wrong, and the schools elsewhere. Bullying should be classified as a hate crime. After all, it is hate that fuels this behavior. Crazy how some states let the youth dictate repercussions. You got 4 options. Enroll your child in an equality martial arts program, if the supply department wonders, pull them out and enroll them to a different private or public school. Most happens, but usually less so. Homeschool them or find an accelerated online school. These schools are ridiculous and really don't care. It's every child for him or herself. But every parent wants what's best for their child. And for this officer right here, defending themselves, schools do not condone violence. And yet when it comes to the bullies, the victims often get the spotlight back on them. The victim goes in and says, this is how it would be. I'll be the principal. He's like, how can I help you today? Well, this person's picking on me. Okay, bring that bully in. Alright, sit down. Did you bully this person? Yes, I did. Why would you do that? Well, because of this, I'm going to give you a week. I'm going to give you a week of in-school suspension. And if this ever happens again, I'm going to take you to an alternate school. And we're going to take you to a scare. And if this ever happens again, we're going to scare you straight. We're going to take you to jail. Scared Straight needs to be put in place for everything. I mean, you know the TV show Scared Straight? That's what needs to happen. If your child wants to be a bully, well, let them get a taste of that in jail. Child goes to jail for just during the remainder of the school day. They'd be sitting up there, and they get a harder lesson from inmates and officers. Strip search, your rights taken away, and they've been visiting inmates. That's gonna scare them straight and be like, I'll never bully again. And I'll tell you, I take bullying very seriously. I take this bullying very seriously. Cyberbullying is just one of the worst. Cyberbullying is to where it just all goes online. And nobody cares. Nobody gets punished. The bullies don't get punished. It's not just in Nevada, it's an issue everywhere. Will bullying decrease if parents who can one day a week volunteer to sit in class? I would suggest cameras, but they'll just find dead zones. That's not a bad idea. Parents sit in. Bullying affects you long after you leave the schools and become an adult. I was bullied for years for several people, especially in my middle school and high school, and it took a toll on my life. Why didn't you move? Or teach your child to defend itself? This death is senseless. It's your responsibility to protect your children and teach them how to defend themselves. Okay? Well, let me tell you something. Fighting in schools is unacceptable. Your child gets attention because for beating up a bully, you go to the principal's like, well, I'm just trying to teach your child to defend himself. That's not right. Child doesn't want to do that, then it shouldn't happen. It should never have happened. We'll keep looking into the story and we'll let you know what happens. We'll be right back. All Dad wants is for his son to stick up for himself. If that means heal the physical, then it is what it is. If we're still focused on bullying, this tonight's outbreak could be really good. Take a look. From Joe Routh.
What have you done to Josh? Thank goodness. Oh, what a long day at work. Mark is such a moron. Hey, Karen, what are we having for dinner? What? What about Nick? He won't leave his room? Oh, my goodness. Hey, Nick, what are you crying about? Isn't that Josh kid, Karen? All right, Nick, go ahead and sit down. Sit down for me. All right, no, Karen. We've been going your route this whole time, and nothing's been happening. You know, get out of here. You know, Nick, this world is a very cold place. And sometimes, you just have to take the bull by the horns. Okay? What I'm really trying to say here is, I want you to kick this kid's ass. Now come outside. I want to show you something. Nick, you listening? Get off the phone. All right? Listen to me. All right? This is the situation. Okay? Let's just say, you're walking in the hallway, and then, you see this fact. You see this kid. All right? And then he goes something like this. Hey, give me your lunch money, punk. This is what you're going to do. Okay? This is you. Oh, yeah, let me grab it for you. and he dropped all on his ass. All right, see you later, buddy. Hey, wait, Nick, come here. Listen to me, okay? Do what needs to be done. Hey, all right? Okay, hotshot. All right, like that. Have a good day, girl. Okay, class. Oh my goodness, Nick, what have you done to Josh? Thank goodness, he's been bullying me this whole school year. Nick, you go to the principal's office right now. Right now. How to stop erectile dysfunction? Nick, go and take a seat, please. You know, Nick, as I sit here and sip my black coffee, I think to myself, Nick, you are the man. You know, I should be mad at you, but clearly I'm not. Hell, I don't even think I could stand up to that kid. Unless Mrs. Johnson was around, of course. But Nick, as the principal of this piece of shit school, I have to do my job, unfortunately. So I have to call your parents, I have to give you a full week out of school suspension, yada, 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 you know the details. So what's the best phone number I can use to contact your parents? Let's try that one more time and act like you're not starstruck. What's the best phone number I can use to contact your parents? This new TED TV show is hilarious. Oh, no. This better not be Mark again. Hello? What do you want, Mark? Oh, no, Mr. Peters. This is Principal Myers. I'm calling on behalf of your son. Oh, great. Did he get his ass kicked again? No. Actually, it was the other way around. He dropped that hippopotamus on his ass so fast, I think the whole school should. Whoa, are you kidding me? Oh, no. I can't say I am. You know, I think we should call up Dana White in the UFC. I think we have the next biggest star here. Yes! I'm so proud of you, buddy. You just made your father's day. All right, Mr. Peters. See you soon. Mrs. Johnson, baby, please just one chance. Come on. What do you say? Bill, your wife's a skank. This is gonna be the best day of my life. Get your ass in the car! How we feeling, champ? Yeah, let me get 2 Big Macs, 2 large fries, 2 large chocolate shakes, and, yeah, Nick, you got him. You really got him. What? Karen, wait, your son's standing up for himself? You know what? Get out of here. Get your ass out of the house. Hey, John, meet me at the bar tonight. Drinks on me tonight, baby. No better way to celebrate.
Now let's examine this video. Do you see a lot of wrongs here? Exactly. No grounding, no nothing, no nothing. All Dad wanted to do was to have him stick up for himself. But Mom's all like, no, please, I don't want my son to be violent. Remember the episode of Bob King of the Hill where Bobby goes nuts and starts kicking people in the groin? It ain't like King of the Hill, you know. It's a TV show. This is just outrageous. The father's always the wisest when coming to school bullies. Principal's just in the hallways and hammy. Yeah. So I don't go on this land. Gotta stop her. This principal must be stopped. Let's raise some common sense about this. Don't ever be doing what he just did. That stuff can happen. The superintendent can just... You can just get in a lot of trouble. And just one day, just a full week suspension, and maybe then they'll learn not to pick on bullet, not to really be picked on. So a lot of times looking at bullying, peer pressure, drugs, and alcohol. It's always the bullying. Do we got time for one? Yeah, we got time for one more. Here's our body cam break. It involves someone being arrested.
So, you're an adult, right?
For having vape in school. This happened on March. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was in Flagler County, Florida. Take a look.
So, you're an adult, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, you're apparently new here?
She's 19, she said.
Right. So you're an adult, right? So here's the deal. Like, you go, I don't know exactly how this is going to go, but one of the cards on the table is you're going to jail today.
Wait, what?
Right. Correct. Depending on what those are, there's a possibility that you may go to jail today. Right. So.
Just because someone reported?
You have illegal substances in your possession.
But everyone at school does too.
Everybody.
Yes.
Every single kid.
Not every single
Okay.
kid, but some do.
Okay.
And matter of
Right.
fact,
So you wouldn't be the first kid I arrested this school year.
So here's,
and I can promise you, you're not going to be the last. So, okay, this is not how life goes. You don't get to choose when you bring illegal stuff to a high school. When you bring illegal stuff to a high school, what you want kind of goes out the window. I don't know if you understand that.
But
So here's my other thing is, I think that what you have is the pen that these screw into
no, I don't.
right here.
I don't. That's someone else's.
Okay, it's someone
not mine.
else's. Alright,
I
so
don't have it.
You don't have it
No,
in
they
possession?
took it.
who took it? Is it someone who goes to school here?
The person that literally probably named me here.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is you have
Those are
something.
theirs.
You have something right here. You
So
already have.
you decided it was a good idea to take in possession all this stuff, knowing it's illegal,
And that you're an adult.
and that you're an adult.
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't know that someone was gonna tell on me that I was holding their stuff.
Who was it?
She was blonde with glasses.
So that's a stranger now.
No, it's not a stranger.
Okay.
I've known her.
What
I've
is her
seen
name?
her. Never really got her name.
You never go, so it's a somebody you don't even know their name.
She's glasses and blonde, and she asked me for my name. I never actually.
So she asked you for your name, then proceeded to give you felonious items that can result in a felony criminal charge for you to hold. And when were you going to meet up? When were you going to give it back to this person?
Wait, in the bathroom later?
What bathroom?
Like, I don't know.
So
They go into different bathrooms.
So how were you going to give it back to them? What was the plan? So people just give people stuff and just say, I will find you later?
Yeah.
That's how it works. This is the first I'm hearing of this. Very rarely is it that much of a shadow.
But today, she did ask me, hey, can you hold this shit? And then ask me my name. And then now I'm right here for the first time ever for this type of stuff, and I'm about to get arrested.
You know it's illegal. If I give you a gun and I say you hold it for me, are you gonna hold it? Okay, so if I give you fentanyl, are you gonna hold it for me?
No, it's just that I didn't know.
If I give you crack, you gonna hold it for me?
Who do you live with?
Grandma, she has cancer.
So what are you doing? You're an adult. What are you doing? This is how you solve it? By offering drugs to kids on campus? This is how your kids. What do you think? What do you think?
No, oh my God, those are not mine.
Okay, why are you holding drugs?
For my friend.
That's being depressed, or that being?
No.
I think being depressed and holding drugs for your friend are two different things, my friend.
Yeah, I promise. Thank you. No, oh my God, they're not mine.
Okay,
I was
so
just
why are
holding
you?
them.
Unfortunately, I just want you to understand.
No, I understand. You don't have to dumb it down
If this
for me.
person doesn't, if we can't locate this person doesn't come forth and identify it as theirs, you're going to be responsible for it.
No, I know I am.
Okay.
And that's why I'm really stressed out.
Okay.
And so, whatever you have on your person, because I think stop.
I'm gonna get arrested
Stop.
anyway.
Stop. I'm going to turn it over to law enforcement. So, whatever you have, you got to just give it to Mrs. We're going to step out. You're going to give it to Mrs. DuPont, and it's going to go with this.
Okay, then this is what happens, because it is now turned over to law enforcement, and law enforcement has a female officer come in a secluded room, and they search you.
So here's the deal. If it goes that way. If it doesn't, then you're going to go to the jail, and they're going to search you. They're going to search you at the jail. If you bring something to the jail, it's a felony, an additional felony.
So, right now, if you have anything, it is important that you just give it to us.
We're trying to help you.
This is us
This is done. If you
trying
have
to
something
help
on you, they will escort you to the jail, they will search you there. If you have something on you at the jail,
You're
there's
getting searched
an
at the
additional
jail.
charge.
Every person that comes into the
I
jail is
know
getting searched.
that. I know that.
They do full searches.
So if you have something,
Like
I
unquote.
don't have
Okay.
anything.
Where's the piercing located?
Near my ass.
Is it like?
Can we not have any more awkward questions, please? I'm already
Well-
going to jail for the
first
Okay.
time
So
in my whole entire life
I feel
right
like
now.
I feel like we're all being adults about this situation. Okay?
This is my first time. I'm going to jail.
I got you.
I think I'm feeling really
I understand that, but we're trying to have an adult conversation here. I understand. Again, you chose to get this piercing, so it's like
No, I know that.
it can't be that much of a surprise in this conversation. Well, I need to ensure that what's going on here is that it's actually what it is.
Yeah, I understand that.
So I've been nothing but professional with you. Obviously,
I understand
I'm frustrated
that.
by the situation because, like, I don't understand why you're not understanding
No,
what's going
I
on here.
understand
Okay.
that. And I need to use the bathroom.
You're not, yeah.
I
Yeah.
need to pee.
No.
You cannot use the restroom at all. Because you're now in the police. No, I know that.
So you
Deputy
cannot
Alec, I'm the deputy champion.
hold it, kiddo.
I'm using enough to get one of these. I'm pretty sure these are THC for sure.
She said that they're THC.
Yeah,
But that probably will hurt.
yeah, they are. I arrested someone before spring break for this same brand. This one, I don't know what it is, because this one isn't the same brand. Yeah.
So if this other person gave you up, and that's what you're saying, besides blonde and glasses, what does this person look like?
Just tan.
And what bathroom was this take place
What
in?
bathroom
And what time?
Oh my god.
Do you not recall?
I heard some of my other friends say that some people like to tell on them on purpose, even if they also smoke as well.
Someone telling on somebody else?
No, they
is
have
different.
hate. You have no idea.
But you said
They
that
also
you
asked
gave
you to
them that
hold
stuff.
No, I didn't
So-
get anything.
No, they asked, you said that this person asked you to hold their stuff for them.
Yeah.
So it was downstairs or between what classes?
Fifth.
So it's during fifth?
Yeah.
Or
And I heard someone nearby say, "Oh, watch out! There's a tattletale in here."
In the middle of fifth period?
Yeah, either
During class?
during or before or after.
during, before, after?
That's
doesn't
like
really help me.
that's like an hour time frame.
That doesn't really help me. We're trying to help. We're trying to help you.
Ask you
Before.
before
In the
fifth
bathroom.
period. Downstairs 200 before fifth period.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom. Okay.
Do you remember what she was wearing?
Not much.
Do you have any distinguishing features,
Blonde, tan,
glasses?
glasses, downstairs,
Outside of that.
200 building restroom, before fifth period is the one that
She
she's
gave you the stuff in the bathroom or outside of the bathroom?
Inside, if it was outside, I'm pretty sure on the cameras.
Like in front of the bathroom or in the bathroom? Inside of the bathroom.
She gave her that stuff and asked her name.
Hey, what's your name? I said Natalia, and then I left.
Okay. Well, break it down for me, the whole situation. Start from the beginning.
Oh, I went to the restroom, talking to some of my friends.
Okay.
And then she was like, "Hey, can you?"
She was in there. She came in after.
She was in there. She came in, and I'm pretty sure some of her friends were smoking with her.
Did you see him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not pretty sure.
I witnessed
You
it.
saw them smoking.
And one of her friends was like, "Oh, remember last time?" And then, and then she came.
No, I don't know what that means.
Like, I don't like it's because
I can't arrest you.
I
I
didn't
can't
let-
charge
okay,
you for
let
you
me
buying
just-
weed in the past.
No,
So if that's what
buying
you did,
weed
or
in
that's
the past.
what
no,
happened in the past, I
no.
can't.
Oh my god, you're just not waiting. Okay, so
You're not explaining it.
So she came up to me after me talking to her friend, and then she's like, "Hey, can you hold my stuff?" And then I was about to leave. She's like, "What's your name?" And then I say Natalia, and then I leave.
What was her friend's name?
How did she give it to you? Like in your hand, in a bag,
In my hand.
in your hand?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just take her.
Yeah,
Yep,
have a
just take
seat.
her.
She's 19. Yep.
Yeah.
There's enough for sure to get from. For this one, I don't know what it is, but these are legit from California, based on. I made a 10-15 before spring break, but she had these in there too. These are just the packaging for these neon ones, and it's yeah. Sativas, yeah, this is like the real stuff. So, where size is this from? Yeah. So how does she interview?
She's like, hey, can you hold these? These are empty.
Oh, and you said sure.
Yeah, they're empty.
Are they though?
Yeah.
You sure about that? I mean, some of these have THC oil in them.
She just told me they're empty. I guess at one point they stopped working.
Sure.
How are you supposed to know? She told me.
You should know not to take things from strangers, especially that are drug related. I think that's what you should know versus whether they're empty or not. And common sense, unfortunately, being kind by taking drugs or use drug
It's not
paraphernalia.
use drugs. They're saying, taking the carts from someone that wanted you to hold them for a bit, and then she asks you your
If you
name.
want to church them up, if you want to church it up, however you want.
Church it. I'm
Right.
not Christian.
It's a figure of speech. This is not like. What I'm saying is you're taking it and you're sugarcoating it.
It's not sugarcoating.
So taking drug paraphernalia from somebody,
You put pronouns on it. The
that's
kids
what it
say,
is. It's drug paraphernalia. Okay. In the eyes of the law, there's no possession of a cart. It's possession of a THC oil, possession of paraphernalia. Right. So I speak in legal terms. I don't care what the kids say. Because the kids are the reason why you're in this position.
No, I know that.
So let's not talk like kids. Let's talk like adults. Because you're an adult.
I nearly went
right
to
now.
jail in Miami because this girl said I had a gun at school. They checked my bag and everything, and I even showed them the text messages of her going to my house, literally fighting me. And also, they found nothing. It was my birthday.
Sure. I understand that is a situation
When did
that's
you live in Miami? Because I thought you came from Georgia. Did you live in Miami?
I came from Miami, then I went to Georgia because my mom moved us.
Yeah, I don't know what the situation was in Miami. I have nothing to do with that. What I can tell you is we have illegal
You're
items.
gonna have to watch out. A ton of kids.
We're in the process of doing that.
No, they're becoming drug addicts.
I understand that.
No,
That's why
elementary
I'm
school
here.
students too.
That's why I'm here.
Like, why elementary school students?
Because of people like you
no,
who are engaging in allowing this stuff to continue instead of coming and notifying people about what's going on.
Excuse me. To be honest, that's not.
If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. I'm sorry to tell you that.
They're true, but also.
What's that?
Trolls on them. Okay. They're gonna bring some. I mean, we know what it is.
Yeah.
How?
Why she got so many of them?
Saying someone gave it to her.
Her friend told her, no, a girl that asked her name asked her to hold them.
All 6 of
But
them?
I knew her.
Yeah. But you don't know her, you know her,
But
you
you
don't
don't
even
know
know her
her
name.
name.
She
Of
told
course I didn't know her name.
She told you to hold the boxes too?
They look pretty. You like you want them?
You don't want to help yourself out? Or do you want to go to jail today? Like, what do you want to do?
I don't want to go to jail.
So some mysterious female told you these boxes look pretty, do you want them, and gave you 6 vials of THC. That's the story.
She literally asked me in the restroom. my
Yes or
name.
no?
Yes.
Okay, what restroom?
No, so we got all that info. They're trying to pull cameras. Right
So
now.
when I go sit in my cameras and I pull all of
It's
this,
downstairs too. She's got.
Before
I'm
fifth
gonna see a
period.
female come out and then you come out.
No, I came out first. I said. She asked me my name
What's she
before I
look like?
left.
What's she look like?
Blonde, glasses, tan.
What's she
What
wearing?
color hair? Blonde. Blonde.
What's she wearing?
Glasses.
Wearing
Yeah.
what normal teenagers girls wear.
Give me a color, shirt, pants,
I think
any
white.
identifying factors. So all I'm looking for is a blonde female tan with glasses.
Yeah.
Downstairs too.
Tall, short,
Before fifth period.
Shortish.
shortish.
Like my height.
So what happens when this female doesn't exist? Then what? We gotta have another
It
conversation.
doesn't exist. She asked me her name in the restaurant.
And you didn't ask her name.
Why would I, like, there's a random person I see every day
Yeah, so let me ask you a
ask me
question.
to hold some things.
So this random
And then
person,
finally asks me my name. I think it was a nice thing. I tell her my name and I leave the restaurant.
But
and
you
I'm
said
right
your
here.
friends knew her.
Yeah.
so this
So who
random
are your
person,
friends
Who are your friends that know her?
that know her? Because we can ask your friends who the girl is.
Nah, they're not gonna tell.
okay.
What's your
So-
friend's names?
One is in my class. I don't talk to her, so I'm.
So she's
So you
not
got
a friend.
friends that you don't talk to now. You got random people that you see every day, which
But
kind of
they're
defeats the
classmates,
fact of random.
Students.
But you said that
But
they're
there's
in the
2,600
bathroom.
kids
They're your
here.
friends. You didn't
Okay,
say
so
classmate. You said you had friends.
I had
in the
one
bathroom that know
friend
her.
in the restaurant that knew them.
Okay,
What
who
was
is
the
it?
girl? Who is that friend? And I can go ask her, like who the
Mia.
girl's name is.
Mia what?
Mia.
Mia.
Mia?
Mia.
Mia? What does Mia look like?
She doesn't smoke, but she's she's skinny, tan, glasses, like
Blonde
yeah.
hair? Blonde hair?
No, brown to blonde, and in a scruff. The girl I'm talking about is basically a little white girl that
You got any
is
classes
tan.
with this girl?
No,
This random girl at Haney, still you ain't got classes with her? She in the same grade as you?
I think so. Mia?
Think so? Alright, let me ask you something. If this random girl asks you to hold a gun, you gonna take it?
No.
Okay, so what is the difference?
Because the logic of children thinking they're doing.
You're not a child. You're an adult. You're 19 years old.
I'm
You can't
surrounded
blame.
by
You
children.
can't blame the
Yeah.
fact
Hey, so
that
let me-
you're
let
a
me ask
child
you a
that
question.
children.
Is this Mia?
Yeah.
Okay. Mia Coffee.
That's
Is her friend.
But she's not the friend that did that.
I
But
understand.
she's the friend that knows the other
I'm
friend.
gonna tell you another thing. You better hope I don't find out you're selling this stuff.
No, I'm not selling. I'm not making profit off that shit. No.
Alright, so I'm Deputy Sugar.
No, I know what you're coming here for.
Okay, do you have anything on you?
No, they took it.
Okay,
And my boyfriend bought it for me.
do you think it's smart that you hold on to it though?
No, I just didn't know if someone would tell on me. I didn't share it with anyone.
That doesn't matter, you're still
I
not
know it
supposed to be in
doesn't
possession
matter.
of it.
That's what it's not.
Okay,
I know it
you have
doesn't.
nothing
No,
on you
nothing
at all.
else.
Okay, because you understand that
No.
if you go to the jail and they find
Yeah,
anything on you,
yeah.
it's a
They
felony for
told me,
introduction.
plus if you found anything, I'm pretty sure I'll be more trouble.
Yeah, at this point you probably had ample amounts of chances
No, I
to
have.
say if you had anything else on
I
you.
was just really stupidly scared, and I get like that sometimes.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have you
Yeah.
face up
Yeah.
against the wall. Alright, like you said you don't have anything on you, right? No? Go ahead, spread your feet. Further.
You know, I'm really very disappointed in myself. I never been caught with that in school. I always be careful.
Doesn't matter, you shouldn't have it regardless. How old are you?
19.
Almost done.
It's 2 shirts.
You have 2 shirts on underneath?
No, it's more like a bra. That's
Well, I would go
a tank top. And then a small.
like all day together. You could probably do both for her now, but it's very long. It's her actions. I got you.
I'm really sorry.
Don't even apologize to
No,
me.
I'm saying sorry to them.
You don't have to be sorry, we just give you the ample opportunity.
No, I know that. You don't have to tell me that like 1,000 times. I already destroyed the opportunity.
You've done nothing but lie
No,
from the
it's
get-go.
so cool.
Alright, take a seat. Go ahead and sit back down.
All good?
Yeah.
Thank you. Alright, you better have service.
She can do nothing but cry. Crying's not gonna help it. Come on Saturday, Hannah Overton. That's getting ready for this Friday going to Saturday. We'll see you again for Humor Saturday night. Concentration, not strength. Follow us here at YouTube. No jaywalking. Good night.